Hey champion guitar players, today you learn how to play guitar like a pro with the skills that you already have. Now the easiest, fastest, and best way I know how to train students to improve their guitar solos, sound better, have more fun, and play guitar that drips with emotion is to focus on improving your phrasing. There's no technique out there, no trick, no hack, no shortcut, no tip, no nothing that will help you more to sound like a pro than improving your phrasing will. And the best part is, guitar becomes way more fun the better your phrasing gets. Hi, I'm Tom Hess, and when I began learning to play guitar many years ago, I so badly wanted to sound like a pro. I wanted to create or improvise solos that dripped with emotion. The problem was, I just wasn't very good at it. Actually, my playing was kind of horrible. I didn't understand why, and I just couldn't play guitar and get that cool feeling that my favorite guitar players had. Now, to try to solve this, I thought, foolishly at the time, that what I needed to do was to learn something new, that there must be some new technique out there or a new process or a new lick or whatever that I needed to go find out about and learn and practice and master that. This is a common mistake that guitar players make. They think they need to learn something new in order to sound better. I had a major breakthrough once I realized that it's not about learning new things that's going to do the most to make you sound better. It's improving your phrasing that makes you sound more pro. And once I focused on phrasing over everything else, I was finally able to play the guitar the way I always wanted to. I've taught thousands of my online students how to improve their guitar playing quickly by helping them to improve their phrasing through training. Now today, it's your turn to get started. So grab your guitar and let's have some fun. All right, in this first example, I'm only really gonna play 2 notes. Now before you think, whoa, 2 notes, that's how cool can 2 notes be? It can be as cool as you make them sound. So again, it's not about playing fast and new things right now. It's about making the notes you play sound as expressive as humanly possible. So I'm going to try and squeeze everything I can get out of these 2 notes. I'm going to play it, you'll hear it, and then we'll talk about how you can do the same. All right, so what you just heard was me playing basically 2 notes. And really, I think of this as only 1 note. So technically it's 2, but I conceive of it as 1. And why does it matter if I think about it as 2 notes or think about it as 1 note? Because how you think about it is going to influence how you play it. So if you think about this as 2 notes, where the first one is this, you're bending the string up a full step, and then you're holding it, right? Trying to get the note to sustain. And then you start releasing the bend a little bit. And then, in measure number 2, you play the unbent note. If you think about it that way, what's likely going to happen is you won't be consciously really trying to connect the first note to the second note. So to make this sound smoother, what we want to do is play the first note, and then you drop that bent note down without re-articulating it with the pick, and then go into the vibrato on the unbent note, and then you can slide off after that. So what we want is, you got 19th fret, you bend it up. It's a pretty fast bend, up a full step. Then you're holding it, holding it, holding it. And then right before you're about to go to the next measure, you start releasing the note a little bit. Not all the way down, just a little bit down. Not even a half step. Maybe it goes from a full step bend, maybe do a 3/4 step bend. So you're releasing the bend down a 1/4 of a step, maybe. And then from there, you drop the note, drop the string right down, So it's not bent anymore, and then you go into vibrato, and it's all one seamless thing. So it's really one big gesture. It's not really two notes, at least I don't think about it that way. Now, what's going to happen, or what might happen, is that when you try it, you might find it challenging to sustain the note that long. So my note's being sustained a long time. Okay, and I've got another video on YouTube that you'll definitely want to check out. If you struggle with the sustain, check out this other video I've got on YouTube about how to massively increase the sustain on your guitar. Okay, now, getting back to our example. The main piece of advice I have for you about making all of this one big gesture is don't give up on the note. See, what a lot of people do is they'll play a note, and then the note eventually starts dying out, and then they give up on it. And when I say they give up on it, what I mean is they feel like they've got to hit the note again, pick it again, do something with the pick to keep the note alive. Resist that temptation when you're practicing. Bend the note up. We try and sustain it the best we can. Check out that other video I referenced for how to do that. And then when you come down from the bend, if you feel like, well, the string isn't totally vibrating because we didn't pick it again, okay? And you can hear that the note is kind of dying out, and you hear a little bit of this. Hear that noise? That's the string grinding against the fret, okay? And that noise will come through the amplifier a little bit when you're playing that note as the string starts to decay. And most people, they don't like that sound, or they feel nervous about it, so they start hitting the string again. And that's okay. You can do that, of course. You can do anything you want. But while practicing, resist that. Just keep the string in motion. Just keep that string moving, and the sustain will likely continue, okay? So just do that. Don't give up on the note. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. And as you get better at that, as you practice that, you'll be able to sustain notes much better, much longer, and I think it just sounds smoother. All right, now let's take a look at the next example. With this one, what we're going to do is play just 3 notes. And the notes that we're going to play are the 16th and 17th fret of the 2nd string, and then now it's going to be the 19th fret of the 1st string, okay? So it's going to be like this. And we are delaying the vibrato here. So notice I'm not doing this. I'm not doing vibrato immediately, okay? I'm now vibrato, okay? So let's check it out with the backing track. So the main thing that we're trying to do here again is we really want the note to sing, okay? We really want it to sing. The goal here, at least my goal, and your goal too, if you agree, if you want to adopt this goal, is to make that note, the high note, the one we're sustaining, to really sing like a singer as best we can. Okay? Don't worry about the little fret grind. You heard it at the end. As the note decays, you can hear a little bit of the string grinding against the fret. Don't let that bother you while you're practicing this, okay? Whether you want to have that grinding going on in your next album, I'll let you decide. If you don't, just hit the note again. I don't mind hearing it. What I want is everything to be smooth when I'm playing. So I want that note to sing and sustain. And I don't give up on the notes. See, right now the string is struggling to remain sustaining. I just keep it going because the struggle of the string, people can hear that, right? So as guitar players, very often that grinding might bother us a little bit, and we feel like we got to hit the note again to make the string vibrate more so we don't hear the grinding. I like to hear the struggle, the string struggling for life. It has this desperate sound to it, and I love that. It sounds good to me. It may or may not sound good to you, but it sounds great to me. So I'm willing to let that note ride, let it sing, and let it struggle through the sustain. All right, I've got another video on YouTube that you might want to check out. It's called How to Put More Emotion into Your Guitar Solos. It's a really cool video. It'll give you a lot of cool tips on how to draw more emotion from what you're playing. So some of the concepts in that video apply to what we're doing here. Some of the things in that video I'm talking about are different and we're not covering in this video. All right, now let's shift gears for this next example and let's do some stuff with the pentatonic scale. I'm going to be in box number 5, or the 5th mode, or the 5th fingering or box pattern of the minor pentatonic scale. So our key here is C sharp minor still. So I'm going to be down here on these notes. Fret 6 and 9 on the middle 2 strings. Check this out. All right, so as you see and hear, this example is quite easy to play in terms of, fingering the notes and picking the notes. What we're trying to focus on is, again, the phrasing. So when I'm playing the first 2 notes and then go into the last 4 notes, there's a couple things that are important to take note of if you want to get that same sound. So the first thing is that note number 2 has vibrato on it, but the vibrato is delayed. This is called delayed vibrato. So I am not doing this. That's called instant vibrato or immediate vibrato. So instant vibrato is when you play a note and you immediately or instantly apply the vibrato. Now, that's a nice sound. It's pretty cool. But delayed vibrato, in my opinion, is a little bit more expressive and has the additional bonus benefit of being a little bit easier to do because you have more control over the string. So we've got delayed vibrato for note number 2 and instant vibrato for the last note. If you want to delay the vibrato on the last note, certainly you could. It would sound like this. I actually like the delayed vibrato sound a little bit better. That's my opinion. You may have a different opinion, and that's okay. Now, something else that's not written in the notation that you see on the screen is those middle 3 notes I'm doing with palm muting, at least on the D string. Sometimes a little pinch harmonic on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. Just optional things you can do. So if we add in the palm muting and that little pinch harmonic, then you hear it in context. It sounds like this. So it doesn't really matter how you choose to play it, but what is important and what is crucial is that you don't say, oh, this is a simple example, so let me just do this. Okay, I'm done. What's the next? Show me the next lick, please. I'm ready for the next one. I mean, you can do that if you want, but it's harder to get better at playing guitar if that's how we approach playing guitar. Now, you're probably smart enough where you don't do that, right? So just really focus on the phrasing and find how many different ways can you play this. How much control over the emotion of the phrase can you squeeze out of this little lick? All right, now let's talk about playing guitar like a pro and improving your guitar phrasing so we can make your guitar solo sound better. How would you practice this stuff? Okay, well, I alluded to it just before the end here where I said you probably don't just, play the notes and then say, okay, I'm done. Show me the next lick now. Some people do that, and those people tend to struggle on guitar. So what you want to do, no matter what you're playing, whether it's the things I showed you or anything else that you know when you play, is always focus on refining the expression. Most people try and refine the technique, and that's great. Technique is awesome. I love great technique and playing fast and all that stuff too. But if you want to get the feeling, the emotion, the true enjoyment out of music and playing guitar, squeezing every drop of emotion you can and being as expressive as possible when you improvise phrases or play guitar solo or write a melody or whatever, there's so much more enjoyment out of that, and very few people do it. And if you want any proof of this, go to YouTube or go to Google and see how many articles there are or videos there are on guitar technique and playing guitar really fast. I mean, there's billions of them. And then do a search for how to improve your guitar phrasing. Very, very, very few. Now, that doesn't mean that people making videos don't know about this stuff. It just means that most people aren't searching for that stuff. So if you really want to sound like a pro, even if you just play for fun, if you want to sound like a pro, focus on phrasing. It will transform your whole relationship with the guitar. If you like my videos on YouTube, you are going to love my personalized breakthrough guitar lessons. I'm going to show you exactly how to transform your guitar playing from being just okay to being really awesome, even if you're stuck right now or you've had self-doubts about yourself playing guitar. Just imagine how much better your guitar playing is going to become when you know exactly what to do, exactly how to practice, and you have the guidance and roadmap to get you there. I've done this for thousands of people over many years. If you do the work, if you practice at least 30 minutes a day following exactly what I show you to do, I'm absolutely certain I can help you become the guitar player that you want to be. Now, unlike other lessons that are on the internet, you're not going to get a bunch of generic cookie cutter lessons from me. That's not how I roll, okay? You're going to get lessons customized to you, to who you are, what your goals are, your challenges, your strengths, your weaknesses, your learning style, experience, frustrations, and most importantly, who you want to become as a guitar player. So check out my breakthrough guitar lessons at tomhess.net/guitar and see if they're right for you, and I'll see you on the other side.